Yo, this is Roger, and you're watching Caribbean TV. Big up yourself every time. Stay tuned to that dial. Yaga!
Shout out to Caribbean Shipping and Postal Service on Howard Street in Evanston, Illinois. The Jamaican Diaspora publication highlights all aspects of Jamaican culture on the island and worldwide. Stay in touch, stay connected. For more information, visit JamaicanDiaspora.com. Insurance brokers. Insurance brokers will cover all your insurance needs. Call 773-338-2886. That's 773-338-2886. Auto, bond, business, home, liability, special events. We've got you covered. Call 773-338-2886. That's 773-338-2886. Jamaican American Club. The Jamaican American Club is a not-for-profit organization. For more information, visit JamaicanAmericanClub.org. That's
Good day, my name is Robert Milton Jackson. I saw the hand of God before I made the Talking Bible computer program and DVDs available at listenbible.com. Currently, we have 14 languages available: English, French, Haitian Creole, etc. I invite a hurting world to play the Talking Bible continuously in your home and join us in building giant Talking Bible billboards all over the world. Caribbean fruits? Remember coconut water? How about eating a juicy mango? Enjoy West Indian spices. Come to Rogers Park Fruit Market, 7401 North Clark Street. That's Rogers Fruit Market, 7401 North Clark Street. Call 773-262-3663. That's 773-262-3663.
Commerce Communication Network Group is a not-for-profit organization. We design healthcare programs, create communication networks, and promote our Haitian culture. For more information, visit thenicolecloteshow.com.
Buying and selling property is one of your biggest investments. Relationship between realtor and client requires a trusted bond. Getting to know the client's need is important, so we pride ourselves in professionalism. Whether it's your first-time home buyer or a seller getting the best price, we make sure to prioritize your needs. We work with an amazing team of industry professionals that can provide incredible services. You could not be in better hands. If you are looking to buy or sell real estate, visit Mills Real Estate at 2640 West Touhy in Chicago, Illinois, or call 773-764-9547.
The Grooming of a Chancellor, an autobiography by Sir George Alleyne, Chancellor Emeritus of the University of the West Indies. He recounts his ineffable journey from a tiny village in St. Philip, Barbados, all the way to the top of the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, in Washington, D.C. A great journey it was, and there was a lot to be learned. We will hear a lot about that. Up next on Carib Nation. Hello, welcome to Carib Nation. I'm Doris Dean. My guest today is no stranger to Carib Nation. We have talked with him before. Sir George Alleyne, Chancellor Emeritus of the University of the West Indies. He has written his autobiography, recounting this wonderful journey of life, all the way from the tiny village in St. Philip, Barbados, to the head of the Pan American Health Organization in Washington, and a great deal in between. Sir George, welcome to Carib Nation, and thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
It's
the
my great pleasure.
Around,
yes, it is my pleasure. I do, I must say, the first time I had the pleasure and the honor of interviewing you, it was serendipitous for me because I had just been given the opportunity as the first English-speaking Caribbean person to host a one-hour talk show on the Voice of America. And I could think of no better way to validate and cement that opportunity than to showcase the recent appointment of another Caribbean person, a Barbadian, to the head of the Pan American Health Organization. That was a great, great moment for me. And I thank you for accepting my invitation to do that interview.
There's a lot of water has passed under the bridge since then.
Yes, it's been a long time since then. But let's talk some more now about that journey, starting in the tiny village in St. Philip. One of the things that struck me was the passing on of certain values from your father, the things that you recognized and took from him, his example, and your appreciation for family, which we seem to be losing today. And I'd like you to talk about how that framed who you are. Because when I talk to people about you, one of the things they say, and this is something that I endorse 100%, he's a man who has managed to embrace both confidence and humility with great grace. And that is rare. And I often think about the humble beginnings from which you came, but the confidence that you soared to. And I'd like to talk about what framed that. Where did that start?
First of all, let me begin by thanking you for having me. And the second point I would make is my family makes it clear to me that I'm not rare, I'm nothing special. My family makes that very clear to me. You speak about the values I got from my father. I would like to say the values I got from my parents, because both mom and dad, my daddy and my mommy, were really the guardians of this culture of the family. I am the first of 7 children, and we were very, very close-knit. Growing up in St. Philip and Merricks, initially in Lucas Street in St. Philip, and then in Merricks, and moving around in St. Philip as a little boy, what was critical for all of us is this idea of the family, this idea of the family, the group. Now, one can ask, what contributed to this feeling of the family? One is, and perhaps your question about why things are different now, our forms of entertainment were all centered around the home. We told stories, we sang songs, we made our toys, etc., etc.
Played games.
We played games. There was no television. There was, I mean, the first time we had a rediffusion radio was a big affair in our house. So we centered, all of our things were around ourselves. And I think that was, for me, a great aspect of my upbringing. The second thing I think that is very critical, the second thing that I think was critical was just discipline. Both my father and my mother were strict disciplinarians. If my father said 2 o'clock, it was not 2 minutes past 2. It was 2
minutes
o'clock.
before 2.
Both he and my mother were strict disciplinarians. That was one of the things that I think was very important for us. The other thing that I think was very important for us, and which they inculcated in us, was the ability to articulate a logical position. We are all encouraged to speak our piece, right or wrong. We are all encouraged to speak. Conversation around the table was a very important part of our ethos. So those two things, discipline and the ability to speak, I think are things that transmitted to all of us. So if you find all of my siblings, they have that ability to converse, to speak, to tell stories. Those are the things I think that have framed a lot of our early upbringing. And I think some of the things that have been responsible for any of the things that I have done subsequently.
And of course, that gives you the confidence. Being able to speak your logic, I think builds confidence. I can say that because having raised my own children, I can see the result of that myself. We had the same idea of discussion around the table, and I was amazed to see, because I didn't have a lot of that. As girls, we were a little bit more, we were a little shyer. So I raised my girls differently to be out there and speak up, and I could see the difference. So
One of the stories I tell in the book exemplifies this. I must have been about 10, if that much, knee height or grasshopper. And in the village, there was a debating society because, again, the communities depended on themselves for entertainment. Debating societies, local concerts, etc., etc. And there was this debate in the school about the pen is mightier than the sword. I never forget. And I bothered my mother all week about my ideas. So my mother said to me, well, why don't you get up and say that? So bless my heart, on the night of the debate, I wasn't tall enough to be seen, so I had to stand on the chair. And I got up and I said my little piece. I don't remember what I said, but said it I did. I don't remember who won the moot. That was not important.
You got your moment.
I got my moment. So we were never afraid of speaking up. And that has been very helpful to me.
Yes, I could imagine, considering where it took you. Yes. When you moved on from that 10-year-old or younger, When did you know you were a bright kid?
Well, tell the truth, as I said, my siblings would never
Get you
accept
think-
that. My siblings would never allow that kind of thinking. In fact, I tell you a story that my first son always says to me, Daddy, there is such a thing as the Australian puppy syndrome. If one puppy pops his head up above the rest, it gets cut off. But more
Good
seriously, no, I mustn't be silly about this. I have a recommendation from my headmaster, J.C. Hammond, when I left Harrison College, who does say in that recommendation, this is a bright young man and he should do well in school, because in school I always did well in class. I always got prizes in class, and so there was no doubt in our household that I was going to do well. Although one of the stories, talking about mom and dad, one of the stories I tell, because one of the things about this book, I think it is full of all of us have stories, but some of us don't tell the stories that we should. And one of the things I've tried to do is to tell some of the stories that I think are part of everyone's life. When I was age 12, there was one scholarship to go to high school in Barbados. So I took that scholarship the first time and didn't get it. So my father says, he takes after your mother. You didn't get the scholarship. My mother's name was Gaskin. He's a Gaskin, he's not an Aline. So the second time I took it, I got the scholarship. My father says, obviously the boy's an Aline. My mother, bless her heart, kept her peace. She never said a word. But from those days, it was obvious that I'm not sure I was brighter, because a lot of other kids in class, I think, were just as bright as I was, but some of them didn't have the discipline, some of them didn't have the family background, the encouragement of their parents. Many a night I would remember over some problem, sitting by the table and the glow of the home sweet home lamp, kerosene lamp, struggling with some problem. And my mother saying, don't worry, you'll get it out. Keep on, you'll get it out.
Yeah.
A lot of my compeers didn't have that kind of encouragement. And they might have been intellectually gifted as I was, but they didn't have that ambiance.
That support, yes, yeah. That is really important, especially at that age, the support. Moving on to, there's something you mentioned that struck me, and I wondered whether your mother's illness planted that seed about doing medicine?
No, because my mother became ill long after I graduated.
You had started, yeah.
If someone asked me why I had done medicine, I really can't tell you that there is some moment that made me do medicine. As I say, I try to describe it in the book, because when I got a Barbados scholarship, I read Latin and Greek and ancient history, and the normal pattern, the usual pattern for kids who got the Barbados scholarship in the classics was to either become a classical scholar, which I could have done when I got a Barbados scholarship, or become a teacher, or perhaps become a lawyer. To shift into medicine was not usual. Was not usual. So there are two things that were, in a sense, unusual about my exit from Harrison College. Is one, I elected to do medicine, and two, I elected to go to University College of the West Indies, because that was an abnormality.
Yes, yes. At that time, everybody went to England.
Everybody went to England.
Yeah.
I recall that when I decided to go to Jamaica, the priest called my father and said, "So what's wrong with this boy? Something is wrong with him. He could go to England, to Canada, wherever he wants. He wants to go to Jamaica." At those times, I was stubborn, you know. a bit of a nationalist too.
Yeah.
And I felt very strongly about, at that time, the idea of West Indianism was in the air, you know.
Sure.
And I felt that if there was going to be a West Indian polity, a West Indian anything, I would like to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So I decided, much to the chagrin of many of my father's friends, I decided to go to Jamaica. I never regretted it.
And it served you well, absolutely.
Served me well. Married a Jamaican woman.
Yes. Absolutely. You said that going to UWI made you a Caribbean man.
It did. When I went to the University of West Indies, it was very small. When I went there were only a couple hundred of us on campus, because I went there in 1951, Friday the 5th of October, 1951, never forget it. I went there, and only a few of us. It started in 48, so 48, 49, 50, the fourth group to go there, so it was a small bit. But first of all, we lived in Hall, and it was a residential institution. And there were people from all of the countries of the Caribbean. My best friends, one was from the Bahamas, one from Tobago, from Trinidad, and from Grenada. The five of us were very close friends, different. And you got to realize that essentially we were the same.
Yeah.
And at that time, there was a flowering of the West Indian spirit abroad. And there was much discussion about the possibilities of the West Indian Federation. And we argued, we debated. But in the final analysis, we came to appreciate that we were West Indian.
Yeah.
There was more that united us than really divided us. And the love for things West Indian was, I think, born in Mona. It has grown ever since as I've come to appreciate more and more the value of the West Indianness. But when I went to Jamaica, that was where, before I'd gone to Jamaica, I knew all about the River Thames. I knew all about the Seine.
We all knew all about
Europe.
Europe.
Nothing about the Blue Mountains.
Exactly.
I knew nothing about the plains of Caroni.
Exactly.
I knew nothing about the Essequibo River. I knew nothing about the Caribbean because that's the way we were taught. It came often as a bit of a shock to me to realize how much we were acculturated into being English or being British growing up. And I won't say a transition, but the appreciation of our West Indianness grew in Jamaica, began in Jamaica, grew and was nourished in Jamaica, I would have said.
Yes. Yeah,
Mona.
coming out of UWI, I think
UWI.
most of them are strong Caribbean.
Strong Caribbean.
Yes.
And the people whom we saw around, I remember listening to Eric Williams, who lambasted the university, of course. I remember listening to C.L.R. James speak about the problems of West Indianness, being there to listen to the various conferences that were held and the debate about the capital of the West Indian Federation. All of those things were very much a part of our day-to-day discussion and debate.
Right, yeah. So that cemented that culture.
Cemented that idea.
Which is so important.
Which is still very strong in me.
Yeah, oh yes, obviously. And I wish there were more. I remember someone asking me, someone who was a professor at another university, after having dealt with some students from UWI, he said, why is UWI not better known about? Why don't we hear more about them? Because these students brought so much to my class. And I wondered about projecting UWI.
Well, I do not deal with this so much in the book because I only had a limited number of pages. But we suffered initially from our British heritage when it was felt that to advertise was not quite the done thing
to do, yeah.
You know, you didn't quite, it was not
you didn't
quite.
talk about yourself.
No, you didn't talk about yourself.
Yeah.
If you were good, it would
be
discovered. It would be discovered. Whereas the promotion of the University of West Indies has come rather late in our history. I think that's one of the main reasons. It is changing. as more people in the world appreciate, you say, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you market.
Right.
So it's the marketing of the university, and has now become, and the internationalization of the university has now become something of importance to us as an institution. But even when I went to Jamaica, the idea of selling the university institution abroad, that was not a part of the currency of our thought.
Well, it's been ranked one of the top 5 in the world now. That is a great feather in your cap as chancellor.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. The institution has been very fortunate in its students. And one of the things that the university has done is, let me go back to the early days of the institution. The university got the cream of the intellect in terms of students. The best students from all of the countries. Yeah. You would find in my class, almost everybody was a scholarship winner, right? So, and this, in spite of the idea that more and more of our students go abroad for study, we still get the best of the West Indian talent come in university. So we start with good material. Yes. University of West Indies starts with good material. And that has been responsible in large measure for our achievements. The other thing that has been responsible, I think, for is the increasing West Indianization of the faculty. When the university started, it was predominantly English British, in terms of its faculty. And bless his heart, Arthur Lewis was very clear that this was not a good thing. And Arthur Lewis would point out that if you had to appoint 2 professors, and it's not that the West Indian was better than the other one, but if the West Indian could do the job, she should be appointed. Because he pointed out there is never equality or never exact parity in terms of professional accomplishments or professional possibilities. So if the West Indian can do the job, you appoint the West Indian. So that the progressive West Indianization, and also as our own graduates became qualified and had the requisite experience, then we found our own graduates populating the institution.
I do want to skip ahead a little bit to the next important point in your life. I know that you went through medical school, you were a medical doctor, you did a lot of personal care. And I'm sure you had many stories to tell and a lot of satisfaction. One of the things that I read was that you helped students understand to help people die, which is something we shy away from. And I don't think that many doctors think about that.
That's right. What I couldn't, again, for limitation of space, couldn't expand upon it, the essential goals of medicine. And many times you think that the essential goals of medicine are to prevent, to cure, to rehabilitate, and not. There's a famous ethicist in the Hastings Center who points out that one of the essential goals of medicine to help you to die with dignity, to help a person to die with dignity. And that is should be an important part of medicine. And therein comes the whole issue of palliative care. How do you help people palliate their last moments? Having said that, I must point out that palliative care is not only end-of-life care, it is relief of pain and suffering at any time during your life course. But this whole idea of helping people to die and having people not fearful of the next step, or having people go through their final illness with the idea that it is a transition through which I will help you. And one of the best ways of helping the person through that transition is to make sure that he or she does not have pain. I think it is unforgivable that a person should have pain at any time, especially at that difficult time in their lives. So I wish I had done more. I wish I had taught. That's one of the things I regret, not having taught my students. I did, but not having taught my students enough about that aspect of life.
You're running out of time, and I do want to talk about negotiating or navigating the international institution. I know it's very important. You reached the pinnacle. But you also talked about the first time you were denied something that you wanted to achieve as the head of the WHO. Talk a little bit about that role as head of PAHO, trying to achieve the position of head of WHO, and the role you played in things like eradicating polio and some major events.
I can reflect on that now rather dispassionately as to why it occurred. But when I say why it occurred, I have to reflect on how almost arrogant we Barbadians were to think that you could have a Barbadian candidate who could run against the former Prime Minister of Norway and win. I mean, it was arrogance in the extreme in a sense. But, you know, we Caribbean people have never been afraid of the mountain, how to climb the mountain.
Yeah.
But having decided, I was director of PAHO, and I thought that the organization was running reasonably well. I'd recently been elected reasonably well. And then the Director General of WHO decided to leave. And we had a look at it and decided, why not? Why couldn't
Made it this far.
Yeah, why couldn't
One more step.
And I had achieved a certain reputation internationally for good management, of organizational management. And it was felt that this is one of the things that the organization needed. So, our Ministry of Foreign Affairs was incredible. The professionalism of Ministry of Foreign Affairs, at that time, Peter Lorre was Permanent Secretary, and Billy Miller was Minister of Foreign Affairs, Liz Thompson was then Minister of Health. It was an incredible team that they put together. Incredible team that put together. And to show the extent to which they made it a West Indian affair, they brought it to the heads of government to get the support of all the CARICOM heads. So it was not just a Barbadian effort, it was an effort of all the Caribbean.
As it should be.
That pleased me no end.
As it should be,
That pleased me no end. As one foreign minister said, not to me, to someone else, that when the Barbadian foreign minister had come to talk to him, he said, no, you don't have to talk to me. But him and foreign minister was in here, and he's told me all that. That pleased me no end, that it was a West Indian effort. But although it was a West Indian effort, we are still small fry.
Of course.
But the fact that we could do reasonably well in this, I think is a tribute to all that went before in my upbringing. Not only to me personally, but all that went before in my upbringing. I said, my grooming until then,
brought you right up to
be in a position
going back to the alma mater.
And I tell the story that we had to make presentations before the executive board about our ideas of how the organization should run. And when I had finished my presentation, I never forget my peroration saying that, I hope you all will agree with me, members of the executive board, because public health is a magnificent obsession. One of the delegates came up to me and said, there's no doubt who's the best candidate, but I have my instructions.
Politics again got into the picture. Well, we run out of time, and I did want to talk some more about you consider retirement a myth. And I understand that because you figured all that planning for retirement doesn't really work for me. But I do thank you for talking with me, and maybe we can talk some more again at some time.
One of the things, I know I'd be chided if I didn't tell people where they can get the book.
Oh, yes, of course. It's,
they can get the book on Amazon.com. They can get the book on Amazon.com.
And it's called, we will have some pictures also.
And if they they would do me great if they could write me a note and say, I don't agree with you.
Oh, you like nothing better than a debate, don't you?
Yes. Well, thank you very much indeed for this opportunity. And I'd like to thank all the crew for their gentility.
Yes, it's my great pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
And all the best. And that's it for Caribbean. Thank you for watching. I'm Doris Dean. Until next time.
Shout out to Caribbean American Bakery on Howard Street in Chicago, Illinois.
The Jamaican Diaspora publication highlights all aspects of Jamaican culture on the island and worldwide. Stay in touch, stay connected. For more information, visit JamaicanDiaspora.com. Insurance brokers. Insurance brokers will cover all your insurance needs. Call 773-338-2886. That's 773-338-2886. Auto, bond, business, home, liability, special events. We've got you covered. Call 773-338-2886. That's 773-338-2886. Jamaican American Club. The Jamaican American Club is a not-for-profit organization. For more information, visit JamaicanAmericanClub.org. That's JamaicanAmericanClub.org.
Good day, my name is Robert Milton Jackson. I saw the hand of God before I made the Talking Bible computer program and DVDs available at listenbible.com. Currently, we have 14 languages available: English, French, Haitian Creole, etc. I invite a hurting world to play the Talking Bible continuously in your home and join us in building giant Talking Bible billboards all over the world.
Delicious Caribbean fruits. Remember coconut water? How about eating a juicy mango? Enjoy West Indian spices. Come to Rogers Park Fruit Market, 7401 North Clark Street. That's Rogers Fruit Market, 7401 North Clark Street. Call 773-262-3663. That's 773-262-3663.
Midwest Communication Network Group is a not-for-profit organization. We design healthcare programs, create communication networks, and promote our Haitian culture. For more information, visit thenicolecloteshow.com.
Buying and selling property is one of your biggest investments. Relationship between realtor and client requires a trusted bond. Getting to know the client's need is important, so we pride ourselves in professionalism. Whether it's your first-time home buyer or a seller getting the best price, we make sure to prioritize your needs. We work with an amazing team of industry professionals that can provide incredible services. You could not be in better hands. If you are looking to buy or sell real estate, visit Mills Real Estate at 2640 West Touhy in Chicago, Illinois, or call 773-764-9547.
Hi, this is Carrie Starr. You're watching Maria Jackson Goes One-on-One with Carrie Starr.
You wanna kiss me?
For real?
You can't resist me, I can see.
For real?
I know you believe it.
All right, so Carrie, how long have you been making music?
Well, I've been making music since the last year in high school, so I would say that's about like over 20 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Based on how long you've been doing this, why do you think you don't have a bigger audience?
Well, some of it has to do with the fact that I haven't been constantly doing it. For some of the years I was doing backgrounds with a band called Groundation from California, and I was touring with them, so I didn't have consistent time to always be working on my craft and my solo career. So it was always divided, you know?
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Don't ask me why, it's just how you play. How we gonna be this way? How we gonna be this way? How we gonna be that way?
From the outside looking in, the music industry seems hard, it seems scary, and it also seems exciting. It is. How do you see it?
Very competitive, and it's like the industry forces certain people to be ridiculous. Why we need to have a clash and why I need to say something negative about somebody or make this big thing to be seen. Why we have to make that? Why we have to do these things to trend? Can't it be about talent? Someone can't want things be about talent. Yes, we have to be talented to get a certain attention, but to get that, what it seems like to me and what people say, I do certain things to get the buzz, the kind of buzz that you want, and the kind of attention. Which you have artists like different artists that come up and don't have that too, you know. But honestly, it's very, very difficult. It's very challenging.
Do you think making it in music is more difficult as a woman, or is it just difficult?
It's difficult as a woman because we have different challenges than men. Some of them are the same, but they approach women different because we have that thing underneath our skirts or our pants. Men see it's different no matter how you look at it as a man, as how they approach a man is different from the approach a woman. The first time I'm seeing you practically look a certain way, some of them have that certain kind of incline to want to get in your clothes. Not everybody, because I'll tell you that I've worked with people that look past that, have never put argument to me, you know, really respect me and stuff like that, but not everybody's like that. Yeah.
How do you deal with it? How do you, as a beautiful singer, how do you deal with it?
Well, I'm also an actress too, I must say. So I have my way of getting with things with being dramatic, with not being dramatic, shunning off things and just say, you chat too much, man. You can't go and talk. You know, I have my way of dealing with these things. Because I don't want this to kind of stop me. First, it was kind of my excuse. I look in and say, oh, music seems hard. I'm not sure if I want to be a singer or I should be a dancer or actress because, you know, of the challenges. But honestly, I really love sound waves. I really love music, and there's no stopping like the zeal that I have for it. So I'm here. I'm ready for the ride. I'm on the bicycle. I'm riding.
Is Kerry Starr's music educational, entertainment, or both?
It's edutaining. Edutaining is like both of them. So, like for core now, core is one of those songs where I'm singing, it hurts me to the core. And then I have a part when I say, if we all come up, the rich get richer. Poor people have money for cook dinner. Just a thought of think about it. If we all come up, the rich get richer. That's education right there. Because I'm saying to people, why not try to let more people come up? Because think about if we all have more money, we all have more money to give the banks. We have more money to buy groceries, the shops benefit, the supermarkets benefit. Everybody benefit. Think about it. So, you know, it's edutaining. You understand? Educational, and it's also fun.
Fair enough. What with this opportunity we have right now, where we could speak to the world, right, through a camera on social networks or whatever, what is it you would like people to know about Kerry Starr?
Well, Kerry Starr is first a good person, fun person, big personality. I'll be letting it out, you know. I'll be doing a lot of personality oriented stuff. So look out for that. Kerry Starr is fun. I love dressing, I love fashion. Of course, you guys know that I love music already, or should know. I have a daughter. Her name is Natina. She's 7. She's my everything. You know, and I'm here for the long haul. I want to be in this forever, you know. And the reason why I choose reggae to be my main thing, even though I'm not the traditional reggae singer, I think of myself as reggae cosmopolitan, this reggae cosmopolitan artist. You know, I have a lot of people like me, you know, I love fashion, I love the music, I'm still conscious, you know, I want to put all of that together and make a unique thing that is mine. You know, I'm not trying to be anybody. I think I get some pressure sometimes to want to, you know, come and lock my hair and why you're doing reggae and not doing this, but I really don't want to be that person, guy. guys, don't force me to be anybody. Just allow me to find myself even more and just be myself and just put my energy out there and to continue to write in good music and to put in good music and just send me positive energy. Alright guys? Yeah.
How do you balance or juggle being a mom and this crazy entertainment world?
Wow, well, my daughter doesn't live with me for one. You know, when I got signed to my manager, it was a harsh decision that I had to make my sister, you know, take up the responsibility. Latina is a very brilliant young girl, brilliant little girl. She can do the arts, she's good in academics, she's very excellent in academics. Maths is her top subject. I had to make the decision to send her to live with my sister, you know, because my sister has more experience with that, and I'm doing this, and I have to do this for her. The thing that didn't happen for me in my childhood, where my parents set a foundation for me, has to happen for her. I can't be this talented and not make a sacrifice to make her life, the rest of her life, the best. I need to do that. I need to do my part, you know. And this is what I'm doing, so it took a sacrifice. A lot of people might have stories, you know, and things to say, but I had to make the sacrifice to let somebody take up the mantle and run with it and take care of her, and I do my part and be there and support system and make sure I talk to her as often as I can and make sure I see her, you know. I don't see her as often as I need to or I want to, but you know, I talk to her a lot. You know, her father talks to her a lot, you know, motivate her, you know, at 7 years old, you know, make sure I see her as much as possible, so, you know, that's what's going on.
Run off some names of persons that you've worked with, persons that people in the public would be familiar with.
Sly and Robbie, Skepta, Rory Baker, RDX, like artists, for the artists like RDX. I've done a combination with Anthony B. You know, different people. I haven't done a lot of collaborations yet, but I've worked with some awesome producers. I've worked with Philip Smart from New York. That's a real reggae producer. He was a singer, and he has the biggest reggae studio in Long Island. So this is like a veteran. I didn't start with him because I started in high school, but he taught me a lot of things. Yeah.
Why, I know earlier I asked you about, you know, how come your audience is not bigger, but just speak from your heart. With all these people that you've worked with, all these things that you've done, what is your gut feeling telling you why Kerry Star is not bigger, is not out there? Is Kerry Star not boss, as we say in Jamaica?
Why? I can't even put a finger on it. I would say, since the team, I need the right team. I need every artist in the right team. Like, I need a team that when I post stuff, like 40 of them repost it. You know, that needs to happen. I need the right team. I need DJs to take me serious. Because although the songs are being played, the songs started being played, like I can big up Ran Moshette, I can big up Elise Kelly, I can big up Big A, because especially Elise Kelly and Ran Moshette, they're running with the songs. So I think personally it also has to do with patience and consistency. I just need to continue to be consistent, continue to writing songs, putting them out, and you know, it's gonna work, it's gonna happen. I'm not even thinking that, oh, why not, where I'm in the bus yet, you know? It's a journey. You have to be prepared for the journey. You have to have faith on the journey, you know, and you have to have patience on the journey, you know, to do the right thing. Some artists, if they were in my position and know so them have talent, they're gonna pick a clash with somebody. I hear artists throw them word all the time. Them throw them word by me all the time. I just look at it and laugh, because I'm saying I should stoop to your level. I should What should I do? Jump on an awkward dance already, man, shame and disgrace myself? No. I have a daughter to live for, I have a daughter to set example for. And this is one of the reasons why I don't sing certain songs. Because I don't see and I don't want to compare myself and I don't want to call names. But I couldn't see myself doing equal rights. I couldn't see myself doing that song. I couldn't see myself spoiling a term that has been coiled around so much strength and turn it into what she has turned it into. I don't want to call any name, but the business pressure us to do those things, you know, and I want them to stop. I want them to stop feeding the people and the negativity, because the people think that if you're not speaking negative things, you're not effective, and that is what you need to change to make artists. I feel like on a certain level, some of the people that with a real talent don't get to boss or the highlight, basically, because we're not willing to degrade ourselves. I'm not willing to do that. My talent has to do the work. Yeah, trust me.
That's fair enough and that's respectable. Is there anything you would like the audience to know as it relates to projects you're working on, upcoming events, new releases?
My album is finished, but I still want to push myself to the 2 more songs, but it's finished. You can look out for He Said. I think He Said will be the next one that we're releasing, but I'm not ready yet, because my grade is still bubbling. Believe it, there are so many songs that are being played. Big up to every DJ that is playing a Kerry Star. Wanna know real music from another that? No lying, not really bursting my bubbles, but y'all know real music. Run my shit, big up yourself. People in my town, boy, I play Kerry Star, really scared. Big up yourself, love you, Mama Moshe. Love you, Mama Elise, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. How can fans and supporters connect with Kerry Star?
Well, you can find me on Instagram at Kerry Star Official, and you remember when you talk about star, it's STARR. That's for my star, so it's KERRY STARR Official. For Facebook, it's Kerry and Morgan Kerry Star. For my official page, it's Kerry Star Reggae Singer. And you know, you just find me, drop a note, drop a hello. On YouTube, I'm Kerry Star. Remember, it's STARR. Come to the page, subscribe, leave a comment, you know, and just keep it positive. Yeah. Because I don't deal with negativity too well. I must tell you the truth. Yeah, so, yeah.
You wanna kiss me? For real? You can't resist me, I can see. For real? I know you believe it, and you wanna touch me. Yeah. You wanna love me, I can see. I know you believe it. I just the caramel skin, pretty browning from the dance floor and dance as usual. Me ensemble petite, very too sweet, and the ear compliments as usual. And me a wine and you a watch me. The sexy body got your mind in a frenzy. Whoa, want me to make the first move, but no. Oh, say